Greetings to you. This session we are going to look at the spirituality of the Aryans. Now, who are the Aryans? The Aryans are referred to by as the people who came to India from outside. They were people from different nationality who came into India as uh, conquerors, as invaders, starting from the Persians in 6th century BC. Then in 4th century BC you have the Greeks coming in. Then later on the Sakas, then the Romans, the Kushans and the Huns till who come in at in 4th century AD. So all these different groups of people came in and fought with the local Dravidian kings or the Tamil kings and set up their empires, their colonies, and continued to expand uh, their space and their influence on India. They also cohabited with the local inhabitants, creating new uh, classes of people. That's why India, you see, especially in the north, there is such diversity of people uh, among the population. So these people were basically fire worshippers. If you look at Persians, they did not have religion, they did not have a scripture, which is essential for a religion to be formed, but they worshipped nature, they had animal sacrifices, and one important aspect was that they never cut the animal, they just skewered it, kind of with a pole and this, and had them offered as sacrifices, and the meat was consumed, and including the highest sacrifice was the Ashwamedha or the horse sacrifice, which was given by kings. So the early Aryans were meat eaters, and they were warriors. So this is, and they had the uh, early forms of Vedas, which were oral traditions, which were handed down from one to another. It was not written. It came to be written much later, compiled by Veda Vyasa, who was a Tamilian, who put this together much later. But as they came in, it was an oral tradition which the Aryans had. Specifically the Persians, who were the most significant of the lot uh, in terms of worship, and they were fire worshippers. Now, the influence of all this in the Indian subcontinent can be seen even now. The priestly class, whom we call as Prohits, can be traced back to the Persians, who were the first people to invade India. The Romans came in as traders, they never fought. And in Tamil literature, the Romans, Syrians are all classified together as Yavanas. And these settlements are seen all over. There was one near Pondicherry, there are other places in South India also where these Yavanas were traders who were settled here and trading with the local people. So the spirituality of the Aryans, or the worship of these Aryans, were basically focused on nature worship, and animal sacrifices with, as I mentioned before, with a difference that they never drained the blood but had it within the animal as they offered this as a sacrifice. Aryan worship, therefore, is significant in its worship of fire, which we are able to see even in these times. As if you look at Arya Samaj, they have symbolized fire as the focus of the worship, and as they have reformed and they have removed every form of idols and kept fire as the focus. So we see the continuance of Aryan Persian worship coming even up to these times, and influencing even the spirituality of Hinduism or Hindutva in these days. Uh, this form of fire worship was there because of the need for fire in the cold countries from where the Aryans had come, and the importance that fire played in sustaining their civilization. So even now, fire is looked at as a witness for everything in the religion which is done, and so Aryan worship basically revolves around fire worship, and we could see this as a specific difference between the worship of the Tamil people and the worship of the Aryans. Now, the worship of the Tamil people or the Proto-Tamils were more as hero worship, worship of the female deity, or Kotravai, or worship of other memorial stone worship. These were the worship of the Tamil people, the early Tamil people, whereas the Aryan worship was basically founded around fire worship. So this could be a very significant difference that we could see between these two forms of worship of Aryans and the Proto-Tamils or the Tamil people. So I hope this kind clarification was useful and gives you a better understanding to put things in proper perspective. And thanks for being part of this session.